If you have an e-commerce store and want to optimize your homepage to increase sales, you're in the right place. Because in this video, I will share with you some hidden tricks you can use to your advantage. And that includes going through websites of other stores so you can get ideas of what you can use in your favor. If this is your first time watching me, hi, my name is Nas, and I'm an expert in e-commerce, automations, and sales. I worked at Amazon for almost 5 years, I built my own brand, and today I help brands launch and grow faster. But enough about me, let's get right into why you're here. Here comes my first big tip for anyone managing a brand. If you don't yet know, there's this website called 1-800-D2C where you can literally see what other D2C companies are doing in your space. And that includes their website, but also, very importantly, the stack of tools they use to grow their business. And it kind of looks like this. You can see here, you can go through different brands and you can see exactly what tools they are using. That's going to be super helpful later down the line. But right now, what I'm going to do is share with you 10 best practices so that you can optimize your homepage to virtual perfection. And I'm going to do that by sharing what other brands are successfully doing and how you can apply to your own brand. One thing I really like about this website is how you can go here to the top section, hover over brands, and just literally choose any brand that you are interested in. So for example, if you're launching a business in the apparel space, you can click on apparel, you can scroll down, and you can actually look at your competitors and see what they're doing and then try to gather some learnings, gather some ideas, and try to be one step ahead of the curve instead of just putting a finger in the air and saying, yeah, I think this is gonna work. And then to take it a step even further is being able to see exactly the tools they use to grow their business. So you can see here the stack of tools Felix Gray uses or Girlfriend Collective. And that also gives you an idea of how they're operating from a back-end perspective. And if you're just starting out your e-commerce store, you might want to have an idea of which kind of tools you're gonna need to scale it. Now here are the top 10 optimizations I recommend you to do to your homepage so that you start converting more. Number one, have a clear value proposition above the fold. And I'm gonna give you two examples. One of a website that I really like and another that I think can be a little bit optimized. So let me start with this website right here called Darwin's. They sell clearly pet food. What I really like is the fact that their value proposition is very simple and very easy to understand. You can see here, meet your forever pet food. I can see a picture of a dog, they're human, and a box, which I'm assuming has pet food. Very simple to understand. Within the first 2 seconds, I know exactly what this e-commerce page is about. Whereas this one in specific, called Leon and George, I mean, it's also clearly doing very well. You can see here by the number of reviews, but that summer feeling, create your season sanctuary, is just not clear enough. It doesn't give it away as simply as you'd expect it to. And one thing you want to always make sure is that when people land on your website, they know instinctively what you sell and who is it for, if it's for them or not, so that they can either move on or they can go ahead and make a purchase. Tip number two, your website needs to have really fast loading speed. Think about it like this: for every extra second your website takes to load, 20% of traffic drops, aka 1 out of every 5 people drops from your website. That's not good. So you want to make it as fast as possible. And for that, I recommend you to go to this website right here called PageSpeed Insights. And all you have to do is copy the URL of your own website. Mine is sellingwithnas.com. So you're going to bring it here, you're going to paste it, and just hit the analyze button. And what this is going to do is take maybe about 30 seconds, and it's going to give you a detailed report of your performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO. And ideally, you want to have all of these in the green. Some common problems that e-commerce stores face is having very heavy images, very heavy videos. They are not compressed. They don't have lazy loading implemented, and that can cause the website's performance to go down and therefore the traffic to also not convert into leads. Especially your homepage needs to be very well optimized. If you need any help with the optimization of your website, make sure to reach out to sellingwithnas.com and I will do my best to try to help you. Tip number 3, always make sure that your hero image or video has the product being used as opposed to a static picture of your product in a studio. Even though sometimes it can be very, very beautiful, this is not exactly what you want, because you want to pass on to the customer that your product has a functionality and you can see how it actually looks like while being in use. And I have 2 examples of websites for this. One of them is called Nifian. They sell beautiful paddle boards, and you can see here that you have a bunch of people laid on in paddle boards on top of the beautiful crystal clear blue waters. I mean, yes. I would actually change this website a little bit because I don't like this explore more in this color. This is a different tip altogether. It doesn't pop, and the order now button is not really visible, but the image in itself is very good. Another example that I have, even though I don't love the design of this website, is this one. They sell these sort of treadmills that you can use at home when you're working, and you can see very, very well how the product looks in use. So having shots of your product being used can go a really long way when it comes to conversion. Tip number 4, have a very strong CTA above the fold. And I was just talking about in the previous example of how I don't really love this particular website because the button where it says order now is not visible enough. Whereas this example right here of this shop called LMNT, you can see here it's clear as a light of day. They have a product, they have their CTA right here, which is get yours. And when you click on it, boom, you're right in the product detail page where you can just add to cart and go ahead. Sometimes you may think that buttons look good in certain colors because they go with the vibe of the coloring of your branding experience. But if customers don't intuitively understand that they can click there and go ahead to the next stage, they will end up scrolling right past, and that's not good when it comes to conversion. So you want to create an experience where the color of the button order now or shop now is contrasting with whatever color you're using in the background. Also, I would really recommend you to stay away from vague things like join our club or discover our brand. Keep it short, keep it simple, use your order now, shop now, and go straight to the point, because this actually has a big impact on conversion, and that's exactly what you want to be shooting for if you have a growing e-commerce store. Tip number 5, have a strong social proof section on your homepage. This is super important because chances are people have never heard of your brand. They just landed on your website, they see the products, they see the proposition, but they've never really heard of it. So you want to reassure them that others have used your product or have consumed it and they liked it, they have positive feedback. That goes a long way when it comes to conversion. And I'm gonna give you 2 examples right here. This website, Shreddy, I absolutely love it, but if you scroll down, you can see right here 100,000 happy customers. It's in white. You can barely read it. This is an amazing stat. And if they were to highlight this, you probably have a really positive impact. On this website, however, windmiller.com, you can see here that it is much more striking to see that over 100,000 people have used it. So it's the same message, it's very differently laid out, and you can see here it keeps on rotating different features in different press. So as you can see, the way you display certain messaging can have a really big impact on your customer's perception of your brand. Tip number 6, have a featured collection section or a bestseller strip on your website. I'm gonna show you this website right here called Farmhounds. And if you scroll down to this section, you will see a banner of top sellers, which are clearly products that convert very well for them. And you can simply just add to cart and move from there. It's so simple. You don't even have to go to another section of the website, figure out which products are good and which ones are not. They make it super easy for you to select them and move on with your purchase. And sometimes this level of simplicity is something that you want to double down on. You want to make your user experience as clear and as simple as possible to get your customer from A, your homepage, to B, a purchase completed. Tip number 7, have a mobile optimized layout. Over 60% of traffic on e-commerce stores now happens on mobile. So you want to make sure that when you're building your web page, you are thinking specifically from the perspective of the user experience on mobile. This website right here, which I've already shown you before, Shreddy, they have a fantastic layout on mobile, and maybe that speaks to the success they have generally. You can see here above the fold, they introduced their product. You can see their product right here, and the shop now button, which again, I would change the color of the button, and perhaps I would change the image they have as well. But clearly it works well. And when you start scrolling, everything is perfectly centered, perfectly aligned, very easy to navigate, and it's very well put together when it comes to a user experience on mobile. A few things that I would say about making sure that the experience is very clear on mobile is avoid text that's too big, Try to make the header sticky so that when people scroll, they can still see your messaging at the top. And there's a few other tricks about optimizing websites for mobile in specific. But if you need any help in specific for your store, make sure to reach out on sellingwithnas.com, and I'm more than happy to jump on a call and help you out. Tip number 8, have a sticky header on navigation. This is something I mentioned just in the previous point. But if you go to certain websites, you will realize that a lot of them have this sort of sticky header right here, in which when you scroll down, you can keep seeing it. And that can make a really big difference because people can get lost on the website. There's too much happening. And so the fact that you can access the top section right here, including a CTA button, can make it really helpful for customers. I would actually go a step further to this website right here that I've shown before, where they have an extra banner here where they highlight their free shipping offer. This can be a moving banner where it's always changing the message. It can be free shipping and special promo code or whatever else you want to promote. But in this case, they didn't make it sticky. I really think they should, and you should too. Tip number 9, have a pop-up on your homepage that is time delayed and ready for customers to click, add their contact details and get a discount as well. You want to lock in customers as well as you can early in the funnel so that you can retarget them later if they don't convert. So what I'm going to do is go to this website right here, which I showed you before, and we're going to go to brands, and let's choose a brand, let's say beverages. And if we scroll down a little, we're gonna go to this brand right here, Slate Milk, why not? And right away, beautiful website, and let's see if they have a pop-up, and yep, here we go. Okay, amazing pop-up, looks good, covers the whole website. Sometimes people go for just a smaller banner, but yeah, I click on this button, let's say morning, and yep, they ask me for my email right away. So this can captivate me into just adding my email, because why not? It's a mystery discount. Why would I not add my email here? And this is an excellent way for them to not only capture me as a lead, but then to retarget me later at different points in time until they're able to convert me as a client. And you should try to apply something similar to your e-commerce store. And tip number 10, have your trust indicators somewhere on the website. Ideally at the bottom, but you can place them in different places. And what are these trust indicators? Well, it's simple things like contact info or a live chat bubble, or even shipping information or your return policy, so that people feel at ease that if they don't like your product, they can return it. And even things like these logos of Visa or MasterCard or whatever, saying that you accept different cards that are commonly accepted, can sometimes increase the likelihood that customers feel at ease with your brand and therefore are likely to purchase. And these were very quick 10 tips for you to optimize your homepage if you have an e-commerce brand. If you have questions, if you want to know more, make sure to go to my website where I share different blogs, different tools and tips for you to grow your e-commerce store and your online business in general. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a subscribe, hit that bell button, because I'm gonna have a lot more exciting videos coming up very soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.